And we're on. Hello, everybody, and welcome to I Turn On a Microphone. If you're first-time visitors to this channel, welcome. I'm Darren Jr. I'll be your host, and I'm joined here by Dylan Boyd. Dylan, how you doing?
Yes.
That is apparently Dylan's new catchphrase. He's been saying that. Dylan, I work with Dylan over at Till the Last Credit, and I brought him on here today to talk Doomsday Clock in a Quiet Place, and somewhat Han Solo if we get to it. If you don't know, I Turn On a Microphone is a weekly podcast where I or a guest will discuss a topic or two regarding film, the film industry, a comic book, or any other media that I'm dying to talk about. And today we're going to be discussing the limited series, the limited comic book series, Doomsday Clock, and we're also going to be talking A Quiet Place,
Krasinski.
Thank you, my friend. The guy from The Office's, what's his name, Jim? Yeah, we're going to just be discussing Jim's second dictatorial. I can't talk.
No, you can't.
This is not good. This is not good. This is like a talking Pacific thing. But yeah, we're going to be talking his new film that really blew up the box office, and then we'll close out with our thoughts on the Han Solo trailer. So, go ahead and get into it. Doomsday Clock. If you don't know what Doomsday Clock is, we're not talking about the actual Doomsday Clock, which is disconcerting. We're talking about the comic book Doomsday Clock. Doomsday Clock is a sequel-ish follow-up to Watchmen, the classic graphic novel story that was released in the 80s. And it's regarded as one of the greatest graphic novels of all time, or the greatest graphic novel of all time. It's a, really deconstructed heroes, deconstructed the genre of comic books and superheroes at a really interesting time, and it's really, it's inspired hundreds of writers. There's actually a show from Damien Lindelof being developed right now for
Yes! Yes!
That I am still kind of on the fence about, but
There's also a movie directed by Zack Snyder that's better than the comic book.
No, it is not. No, it is not. But we will.
Yeah,
really? Do you think actually think Watchmen's better than the comic book?
Yeah. I hate the squid, so yeah.
The squid is amazing, and the squid is
It's fucking horrible. It's
I think Doomsday Clock actually makes the squid better. The squid is awesome. It is a nightmarish thing that it's supposed to be an alien from another place, not just Dr. Manhattan blowing up the place. I do think I will give them credit. They did find a nice way to switch it, but I still rather the squid.
Anyways, Doomsday Clock.
Yeah, but anyways, Damien Lindelof. I know you're listening to this.
Damon Lindelof. Yeah.
No, but I know he's listening to this, and he's going to do the squid. I know he's going to do the squid.
Damon Lindelof is going to make Alan Moore his fucking bitch.
Okay. Okay, but anyway. No, it's not. But anyway, Doomsday Clock. So, it's about 4 issues in right now, and I pretty much want to discuss, what do we think of it so far? Was it necessary? Was it is it still grabbing us? Because, we're still following it so far. But Dylan, do you think this book, what do you think of it so far? Do you think of Doomsday Clock so far? And also, is it a necessary story for you? For this, is this a necessary, did Watchmen need a follow-up?
Necessary story? I don't know yet. During the first issue, I loved the first issue. And I thought that this was a story I wanted to hear, and then I keep going, and I thought the last 2 issues were pretty boring, and I haven't gotten all the way through issue 4 yet, but it's pretty good so far. But I don't really know if it was necessary yet. I'm going to wait and see how it all plays out, because I'm really excited, and I'm really excited to see, all these DC characters interact with Watchmen characters and stuff, but I'm not really that sure yet if it was necessary.
But you're liking it so far.
Yeah, I'm liking it.
Yeah, I like it so far. It has the style, it has the spirit of Watchmen. Like you said, the first issue is amazing. I like the characters they've introduced so far, especially what is it, Marionette and the Mime, they are awesome. Like, I think Jeff Johns really nailed, like, introducing, and also Gary Frank making them iconic with their designs. He really nailed introducing some really weird and wacky characters into this universe. And also, it also helps define the Watchmen universe as, there are still, because they had all this history with all these heroes and villains, so it's cool to see some of those actually used in a cool way. But yeah, I mean, I'm still trying to figure out whether or not, I mean, like you said, we won't know till the end, but so far I'm just like, it's a nice little fan fiction in a way. It's a nice little what if, but I just don't know if this should have been like the sequel.
This is canon.
Yeah. And I also don't know where is the, because I'm sort of starting to get on the side of should this have just been a Watchmen sequel instead of a DC and Watchmen crossover? Because I don't know, like, what is the Superman? Like, this is supposed to be a Superman Dr. Manhattan story. Where is that? And I know, look, we still got like 7 issues to go, but 8 issues to go. But it's still just like, okay, where is all that? Sure, Batman's involved in it, sort of, but at the same time, it's just like, okay.
It seems like a Rorschach story.
Yeah, and that stuff's more interesting, and that stuff's a lot more interesting than what they're telling with the DC stuff. So I'm just like, why not just do that? Like, if they just, because the Rorschach stuff is super, especially the 4th issue, that felt like the most Watchmen to me. So I'm just like, why not just focus on that instead of having all this other DC stuff? Because, and also within the canon of Rebirth, I'm just like, I mean, I don't care. I mean, like, okay, Gotham City is against Batman. Okay, whatever. The world's against super metahumans. Okay, whatever. But the fallout of the Squid and how that's affecting the world of the 1970s, 1980s, yeah, I'm all for that. Like, that's really interesting. But all the DC stuff, I'm just like, it's fine. Whatever.
I despise that fucking Squid.
It's amazing. It's amazing. But I mean, overall, but are you liking like the art? Like, is there anything any other characters that stand out to you or storylines?
Well, the thing is it's mostly just been Rorschach. I mean, there was a little bit of those 2 characters. I like what they're doing with Vedette, and or at least, I mean, he hasn't been in much of it, but from what they're doing with him in those like first 2 issues that he was in, I thought that was cool. And then the thing with Comedian, that was cool, and the art's really good. And I'm just hoping that they get going with it.
It hasn't. I don't think it's found its stride yet. Because I mean, the 3rd issue, I was just like, oh, this is going somewhere. But while I like the 4th issue, it hasn't really gotten to that propelling, like, oh, this is what happens next, or this is what's going to happen next. But so with the Rorschach thing, without spoiling it all the way, he is someone else, and do you like how they did that?
It was, it's cool.
Yeah, because I think it is an interesting perspective, and when you find out who this character is, you're just like, oh, so that's why they put on the mask. Oh, that's why, he is this crazy person, and it also helps the Squid, the betterment of the Squid. So,
no.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just kind of like, at this moment, I just want to see the Watchmen of it all. I don't really care about the DC stuff, but we'll see. Hopefully, it hits your stride pretty soon, and we'll see where it goes. Do you have anything else to say about Doomsday Clock?
Get going.
Yeah, get going. Pretty much. Now we're gonna switch over to A Quiet Place. This is, like I said, this is John Krasinski's, I think his 2nd directorial debut? Because he did another one.
No, this is directorial debut.
No, it's not.
I think he directed an episode of The Office, but it might be I think it's his feature, his feature film debut.
No, he directed something in 2011. And I think he directed The Hollers, too.
Well, shit.
Yeah, he directed The Hollers, which I didn't see. And he directed... No, that's not him. No, yeah. Oh, wait, I didn't even know he directed that. Holy shit. But yeah, Brief Interviews with a Hideous Man. He directed something else. It was like Promised Land. No, he wrote that. Okay, but yeah. But yeah, this is his third film so far. Huh. Yeah, this is his third film. It's a horror movie. It also stars Emily Blunt and two other kids that I don't know what their name is. What's his name? Oh, Noah Jupe and Millicent Simmons. And yeah, pretty much what the concept of this movie is, it's post-apocalyptic. It takes place a few years after aliens have crashed in the southern United States. And these aliens, they pretty much hate sound. They attack anything that makes a sound. So this family has to remain completely silent. They're on this farm. And they cannot make a peep but something, of course, goes wrong because a movie needs to happen, and they have to pretty much battle these creatures for their lives, and also to maintain the... they're also a family trying to maintain some sense of normacy within their lives, so they're trying to also protect that from these monsters. And I really like this movie. I don't love it. There's still some problems I have with it, but overall, I did really like this movie, and especially the technical aspects, and especially there's a deaf character in the movie, and whenever the camera's on her, you don't hear anything. And I like how they set that up very early on, where it's just like, okay, we're gonna cut here to this character, and you hear leaves in the background, then we cut back to this character, and then you hear nothing. It's just like, oh well, she's deaf. And like how they use sign language, and also the humor in the film that's applied that I really loved, and you really do care. This movie does something very important, and a fact that that a lot of horror movies miss out on, and it's just you have to care about the characters. If you do not care about the characters, then these giant weird tarantula monsters in the background, you're not gonna care when they get hurt. So that's one of the things I really did like about this movie. And also, it's 90 minutes, it's tight, it's very, very tight storytelling, it gets to the point, and nothing ever feels wasted in this movie. So I really, really enjoyed this. How about you, Dylan? How'd you feel about A Quiet Place?
I don't know if it's just because I haven't been to the movie theater since Black Panther before A Quiet Place or what, but John Krasinski is a fucking god. I fucking love the shit out of this movie. Wow. I got out of the theater and I was just like, Jesus. I saw it with my mom, and I walked out of the theater and I looked at her and I said, my exact words, I said, who would have thought John Krasinski was a god? There wasn't a down moment for me in this movie. I enjoyed just every single second of it. It was tense. It's not like terrifying or really scary or anything, but I don't really think it was trying to be really scary. I think it just wanted to be tense, and I think it is pretty tense. And one thing I was worried about from the beginning of the movie was the CGI, because there's this one shot in the movie of Emily Blunt, in this basement, and then you see one of the creatures walk past the door, and I was like, that looked fucking horrible. And you had not really seen the creatures up close yet, and then you start seeing them up close and everything, and they look really fucking good
I haven't seen anything. This is the creature in this are the creature from Stranger Things on steroid. This is its angry cousin that worked out for 9 years and it came back. It's just what's up?
They look like symbiotes.
Yes, they do. Yeah, they do. Yeah, actually.
They look like, and they. Well, never mind. I'm not going to touch on that. But there's something that happens in the movie that also reminds me of symbiotes. But Yeah, that's what I was thinking during the movie. I was like, holy shit, did John Krasinski just read a fucking Venom comics? Like, just get John Krasinski to direct a Venom sequel.
I did not think about that at all.
I know. And so, but yeah, they look like fucking symbiotes, but they're pretty cool. I mean, they're pretty frightening.
And they're frightening and interesting to look at. That's one of the things I really did enjoy, because it's like a train wreck. Like, you're just like, it's scary, but you don't want to look away from it. Especially their faces. Their faces are weird.
Yeah, and it's just it's a really ambitious movie. I mean, just with, there's barely any actual speaking at all. Just, sign language, and just a lot of and just the things that this movie does that I think it's pretty ballsy, especially towards the end of the movie. And there's this one scene that just, oh my god, it's one of the best scenes in a movie I've seen in a while, besides fucking 2049 or some shit. Oh my god.
Do you want to talk spoilers? Or?
We can talk spoilers if you want.
Yeah, we can. I'll time code. We'll talk about a few more things and I'll time code it when we go into spoilers. But the score?
But yeah, the score is fucking amazing. I was listening to what I think it's called A Quiet Life, and I was looking at the comments, and someone said that Marco, whatever his name is, I don't know how to pronounce his right.
Is it the who did the Wolverine?
Maybe. I have no idea. It's Marco, and it starts with an R, but I don't know how to pronounce it.
No, it's Marco Bella. I don't know how it's Bella. I'm gonna slaughter this, but Bella Torimi. But he did the Wolverine. Yeah.
Well, someone said in the comments that he should score a Batman movie, and I was like, "Fuck, yes, please."
Oh, he did Logan too.
Awesome. Huh. He did Logan too. Okay, yeah. He did Fortnite too. He did the score for Fortnite. Huh. So Logan's score is great.
Yeah, Logan's score is great. The Wolverine score is just at least at the very least listen to Where To at the very least.
But yeah, a quiet place. The score fantastic, and the performances are all for now. John Krasinski gets great performances out of these kids.
Yeah, he does. And all, like, both of them, even the little boy who shows up at the beginning, like, both of, and especially the daughter. Like, did you know the daughter's actually deaf?
Yeah.
Yeah, and she gives
and that's insane.
Yeah, and she actually
it's crazy.
Yeah, he actually she helped teach the crew sign language. Teach the cast and crew sign language. So she was great. The little kid, he was amazing, and I like that they both. No one's useless in this movie. That's another thing I did like, and especially like when it shit really hits the fan, both the daughter and the son step up to where they need to protect. Like, everybody's looking out for each other. That's one of the things I really did like. You really feel like this is a family.
Yeah, and like I said, the performance is phenomenal. John Krasinski, he really knows. At least to me, he knows how to make tension.
Yes,
and I think he does that incredible. It's not particularly scary.
That's my only problem with the movie. Like, I really do wish this was scarier. And that's not like a giant grind. Well, it's just, I haven't seen like a really scary movie in a while. I still consider this movie a horror movie, but I just wish this was a little just more. And also the jump scares I couldn't stand. Like there's one with the raccoon. I was just like, you're better than this, John. You're better than this. But yeah, I just wish this was just a little bit more on the scary side. But
in cinematography too, there's this one shot in the movie is one of the most fucking epic shots that I've seen in a while. It's of John Krasinski holding a shotgun and these fireworks going off in the background. Yes. It's the most epic shit ever.
No, I like when they arrive and they see all the red lights, and then like he looks at his son and they just start taking off, and like the fireworks are over him, and then you see the little girl wake up and she sees the fireworks. Like that, those are some good ones. And there's another one that's a little spoil. It's one that involves John Krasinski. He's holding someone, and like he has to move really, really quickly, but quietly, get under the shack, and then you see the monster. I love that shot too.
Yes.
But did you?
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
But did you want to go ahead and get into spoilers?
Yeah.
All right, so we'll time code it. Just quick, but Dylan loved it. I liked it, and then after this, you can skip ahead to when we start talking about Han Solo. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get into spoilers in about 2 minutes. 2 seconds. 1, 2. So yeah, John Krasinski dies.
Yeah,
I didn't expect that.
Fucking amazing.
I didn't expect that.
God, it's so good.
Yeah, at first I had a bit of a problem with it because I was just like, I just want everybody to be happy. But then I was just like, hey, like that conversation that Emily Blunt and him had in the basement. She's just like, I need you to protect them. Promise me you'll protect them, and he did. Like he I mean, look, you can make the argument that there may have been another way, but at that moment, that's the only way they were getting out of that. He needs his kids to survive, so he made the sacrifice play, and it's a beautiful scene. Like that's the scene. That's the scary scene for me. That's the scene that really has stuck with me all the way through. So yeah, his death was beautiful, and also like how he got to, he's just like, I love you, I have always loved you, and then he screams, and you're just like, fuck. But
I thought he was just gonna throw the axe or something at the
I thought he was gonna fight him.
Like that. Yeah, I thought he was gonna just do something like that. At first I didn't really think he was gonna do, because I had heard whispers that Paramount wants to make a franchise out of this, and I guess you still could, but I was like, I didn't think they were going to do it without their leading man.
Yeah.
And then he just fucking dies. And I was like, okay, this is where we're going with this. And I mean, it is. I've actually watched that scene on YouTube a couple of times now, and it's so fucking good.
I just wish the daughter looked away. I would not, like, I couldn't watch that. Like, I would be like, whoop. But no, I couldn't. I would not want to watch that shit.
And it's so soft and so powerful, just like with the score when they play the Quiet Life track, and it's, oh god, it's so good. So good. And he just gently just drops the axe, and that score is playing, and then he just screams, and that's it. It's fucking perfect.
Yeah, and I like how it's just like, it's kind of badass when he drops it too. He's just like, yep.
Yeah.
Bring it.
I don't know if this is a controversial thing or not. I haven't really looked into it, but I've seen a lot of people asking, like, what did you think of the ending? And when they mean ending, like the ending. So what did you think of the ending?
I loved it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you mean the last shot? Or...
Yeah, just like the ending.
Oh,
like
yeah, I love it.
ending.
Yeah, it's just like, I mean, we don't always need like a tight little bow. We don't need to know. I mean, these movies are finite looks into someone's life. They're not. Like,
the thing is, I don't think.
Yeah.
I would be willing to bet money that Paramount's going to want to make a sequel.
Yeah, but okay, I want to talk to you about that. The franchise aspect of it. I was going to talk to you about that a little after, but if you want to go ahead and talk about it, like, do you have any other spoiler things to talk about?
No, I mean, the only real spoiler is John Krasinski's death. So
okay, so like getting into the franchise thing, I think you can make another one. Don't do it with this family. Yeah,
exactly.
Like do another. There's so many other things happening. And another thing that bugged me, there was this one. There's this podcast called The Weekly Planet. It's great. Go look and listen to it. But they were just like, oh, why hasn't anybody figured this out yet? Like this whole entire, like the sound thing, how the creatures respond to a different frequency, and that damages them, like that weakens them. And it's just like, who says no one hasn't figured that out? It's like no one can communicate with each other. It's just fucked up. So I mean, this family in this moment, they figure that out. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, just they got to figure it out. Maybe they think they might spread it around to other people. Maybe they won't. But I mean, they don't have a way to communicate with it. For all they know, everyone else is dead because they were trying to contact Japan, Tokyo, Japan, and everything. So it's like, But franchise wise, I think they should just do it with another family, another set of people.
Yeah, and I think it's gonna happen.
I
But
do and don't. I mean, I like if they just leave it at this.
I would like for them to leave it at this too.
Yeah.
But Paramount needs a franchise.
True.
Paramount, all of Paramount's. Paramount's had so many failures over the last couple of years, and they need a home run right now. So I don't think there's any outcome where this doesn't get made a franchise. So
is there anything in particular you would like to see out of this world?
Yeah, I mean different stories. I don't want to see Emily Blunt in them again. I want to see different stories, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're banking on Emily Blunt, leading the charge now.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, don't you think? Okay, my imagination for what happens afterward is they killed the next set of monsters that are running into the house, and then they just fix the farm and they stay there. And then if that ever happens again, they probably put some speakers up or something. They will just sound the speakers. Monster comes up, we shoot it in the face. Then we go have dinner.
Well, the thing is where, because what I'm thinking, on his whiteboard, on John Krasinski's whiteboard, he said that he wrote that there's only 3 creatures in the area. So, and those last 2 were coming to the house. We can assume that Emily Blunt is going to kill them with the shotgun. Where do you go from there? I mean,
exactly.
And that's that. I don't know. I don't know what else they can do with this family. Like, she kills the 2 creatures. I mean, maybe they go somewhere else, try and find other people, encounter other ones.
But they actually did do that cleverly. There are other people around them. Yeah, which I thought that was pretty cool. They did that without really going into it, but it's just like, there's other fires. But I think we're both on the same page with that. Just like leave it at, like, just allow these, like, they lost their dad, she lost her husband. Just allow these people to be happy, and let's go rip some other people apart, So.
Yeah. So, but I like I said, I think Paramount is banking on Emily Blunt leading the charge at this, and I don't think they want to do any. I don't think they want anyone else. They just want her, get Krasinski to direct, and have their little trilogy.
Does he have to direct though? Does he have to keep? I mean, do you mean?
I wouldn't want anybody else to direct it.
If they just did
this is his. He wrote and this is his shit. I mean, he wrote it and he.
Well, there was other writers too.
There was one. I think it was
there's
one
two other writers.
Two
Ryan
other
Woods and Scott Beck.
But I mean, I don't want anyone else to direct it. I mean,
even if they did something without this family.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little better if they do something that's different, that's not Emily Blunt's family. But if Emily Blunt's coming back and they get someone else to direct, what's the fucking point?
Right. True. Oh yeah, and the kids and everything too. So yeah, that is true. But yeah.
I really want to see a different story.
Yeah.
But I'm probably not going to get that. So, but if I get Krasinski, they get Krasinski back to direct, and Emily Blunt comes back, I mean, whatever. As long as Krasinski's directing, I'm not going to give a shit.
Yeah. So I'm glad, and also think this is really cool for the industry in general because A Quiet Place is a #1 movie right now, and it's original. This isn't an adaptation. This isn't a reboot. This isn't a remake. It's an adaptation. It's also the CEO of Platinum Dunes. They said we're not rebooting anything anymore because of this movie. We're going into original story. So they're going to start making original films because of The Quiet Place. So, yay. It's great.
Yeah.
Good pitches and good stories bring people into the theater. So, this is good. Very good. And also, just one last thing before we move on. Could you imagine if this was a Cloverfield movie?
Yeah, I could.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of defeats the point. I'm glad that it isn't, because it defeats the point of the originality. But man, oh man, did Cloverfield need something like this after Cloverfield Paradox? Because the monsters even kind of look, they walk like the Cloverfield monster, so it's just like, yeah. And also, the beginning of this movie is terrifying. Like, when that kid dies, oh my god.
Oh yeah, that was fucking holy shit. That
scared the fuck out of me. Because they did something really good. They never showed these things in the trailers. So, that was our first look, and I was just like, what is that? So, yeah, and he's gone. And John Krasinski said these things, they don't eat their prey. They literally just attack. They literally just rip you to shreds. They don't eat you. So, they're just attacking.
It's pretty horrifying.
But, yeah, that was our thoughts of The Quiet Place. We really enjoyed the movie, and please go out and see it, especially before, and look, I'm looking super forward to this movie, but before Infinity War and Rampage, those are adaptations. This is original. Please support it. This is this year's Get Out so far, so support it. Yeah, Han Solo trailer was released. We pretty much got to see what Ron Howard did to it so far. I mean, we don't know
what Ron Howard did to it.
It's not negative, but what he's offering to it, and what they're showing from it. Dylan, what'd you think of the trailer? This new trailer. Are you more on board with it, or are you still just like, eh?
I feel the same way as I did before. I just lost all interest in this movie when
Phil Lord and Chris
when Lord and Miller left, and I don't care. I do not care. The only thing I care about is Donald Glover as Lando, but that's still not still, because I was sold on it before, but Axe trailer, he just looks like Donald Glover, and I mean, I love the guy, but he just looks like Donald Glover. Everyone, this movie I just don't have any interest in it. I don't have the plot just doesn't look interesting. The Alden Ehrenreich, I mean, he's trying his best, but I think
he looks really good as Han Solo. I'm not gonna.
I don't think he does. And he was my main problem with the trailer. Like, God, what was that line? I've got a good feeling about this. Mm-hmm. And just his delivery, I just don't like it. And the trailer was, and I'm hating the way they're doing these trailers. They keep using the same fucking music.
Yeah, I'm getting tired of, and this sounds really weird. I love the Star Wars music. I'm getting tired of hearing that damn score in every single trailer. I'm getting really tired of it. Yeah. I know it's Star Wars, but still, like, come on.
Yeah, and this movie just doesn't look interesting. It just looks generic, and it doesn't really have, like, it just doesn't really have much flair to it.
I thought we were going to be on completely different pages with this, but I mostly agree with you. I thought you really liked the trailer. Oh, okay, but I thought I mostly agree. Look, I watched it again. I'm not going to lie. This movie looks like a good time. At the very least, it looks fun. It looks like a fun adventure movie, but the story, like, I agree with you. The story, like, we know exactly how the fuck this thing is going to go. And
also, I hated the fucking ending to the trailer with, like, the Chewie cliffhanger. Yeah. Like, what the fuck?
Really, guys? Is he going to make it? I mean, come on. And then, you have, of course, Han Solo is going to get betrayed, and it's just like, I don't care to see his origin. I really do not. I never wanted to see Han Solo's origin. I never wanted to see the Kessel Run. And I don't care about any of this stuff. I'm going to see the movie. But it's just, I feel like they could have found something much more interesting. Or at the very least, you can tell the same story, just put someone else in it. Like, go somewhere else within this universe, go somewhere else within this franchise. It's a galaxy. It's a really, really expansive, big place. I want to see something else different from. That's why I'm really excited for Rian Johnson's trilogy. And I know, like, you have your problems with Last Jedi, and I know a lot of people have their problems with The Last Jedi, but I just want something new out of Star Wars. I'm tired of just following. Even if they made a fucking Lando movie, I would be more on board with that, because, I mean, what do we know about Lando?
At least we get more Donald Glover.
I mean, that too, but also, like, someone else piloting the Falcon, just a different side of things than what we know, and also, like, there's a lot of work, and I'm just tired of staying, well, I know this kind of goes against my point, I'm just tired of staying in between 3 and 4. I want to get out of episode 3 and 4, between episode 3 and 4. There's so much. I'm tired of seeing Star Destroyers and TIE Fighters and X-Wings. It's just like, what else is there to offer from this universe? So, I don't know. I mean, look, the movie looks fun, but it's just, you can just see where this thing's going.
I want a fucking Star Wars movie without any TIE fighters. Just give me something that's just like completely just on land. Like that's what I kind of want from that Obi-Wan movie that they're trying to get made. Like, I don't want him flying and stuff. Just like give me like a grounded story about a lost Obi-Wan or some shit.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, that's still between.
I know it's still between 3 and 4, but you know it's getting somewhere. Like, you know, no space battles or anything.
Yeah, I mean, that would be nice. Just like, I just don't understand with some Star Wars fans. Like, people praise. I just don't understand Star Wars sense, because like people praise movies like Logan, Winter Soldier, Legion, the TV show Legion, Deadpool, whatnot, for like not being a superhero movie or whatever. But when something's like not Star Wars, people freak the fuck out about it, and it's just like, why is this franchise not allowed to be different and not like go places? So I don't know, but I hope Han Solo's good. Let's just say that it screens at Cannes in a few months, and I think that's actually pretty ballsy for Disney, because even if it's bad, they're still going to make a lot of money off of it. If it's good, they're going to make more money off of it. Because if it's bad, people are going to be like, I wonder how bad is it? And they're going to go into it. So I think that's a genius move by them to screen it there, and especially if it's good, then that's a lot of buzz. But we'll see for our old buddy Han. But yeah, with all that being said, this was the end of the second episode of I Turned on Microphone. We talked about Doomsday Clock, Quiet Place, and Han Solo. I had a pretty good time talking about those things. How about you, Dylan?
Sure.
Oh, okay. Alright. It's fine. But yeah, so that was the ending of that. Dylan, where can people find you?
At OG_NDB on Twitter.
Okay, and you guys can also find us at Chill Less Credit. You can find me at Darren Lynch Jr.'s Reviews here on this channel. You can also find me at Darren Lynch Jr. on Twitter. Also check out the last episode of I Turned on Microphone, where guest Miller Farrow and I talked about the first quarter films of 2018, the first films of 2018, and what we're looking forward to for the rest of the year, so check that out. And also, if you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up, and if you like hearing me talk about movies, please hit that subscribe button. Come to join the conversation and for more episodes of I Turned on a Microphone. So with all that being said, I'm Darren Lynch Jr. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'll catch you guys next week.